Hello everyone, it is a Friday. Working my off field, we have 40 minutes easy. Tomorrow we have 20 miles, which will be our first 20 miler ever and our only 20 miler ever. If you're new to marathon training, or maybe you've trained for a marathon before, there's sort of a lot of debate about like what's the longest distance you have to run to like quote be prepared. Some people say it's 22, some people say it's 18, some people say it's 16. I'm on the more conservative side, not conservative politics, fuck that. Conservative in the sense of not overtraining, because I definitely do things on the edge of too much versus too little, so I don't need to run 22 miles, frankly. My body will shut down. It has been about the marathon, like this video, but a lot of branded content I'm doing is about the marathon, so some stuff I have to submit before, some stuff I have to be like conscious of during the race, getting certain shots and stuff. We're gonna head out on a run. Did I show you guys this yet? Did I show you guys a little Snoopy mug yet? I don't know. I need less Snoopy merchandise paraphernalia. Is that word? Good morning, everyone. We had our 4-mile run. It's kind of funny how 4 miles at this point in marathon training, like I'm not even awake. I hit like 3.5 and I was like, oh, I forgot that I'm running. But I'm going to get coffee and pastries with my friend Amity in the Lower East Side, so I'm walking there now. Hi everyone, we are sitting in Tompkins Square Park. I just edited a TikTok video, I've been answering some emails. I got coffee and pastries with my lovely friend Amity, who gave me these flowers, which was so sweet. The book for this video, I bought it yesterday at McNally Jackson. And it's never a book I've even heard of, but it was in like the running section, which is like half a shelf at the store, so it caught my eye. For this video, it's called Still Running, and the book is about meditation, so there's a lot of interesting practices of like things to do when you're running. So I have my 20-mile run tomorrow, as we know, because I can't shut up about running. And the book talks about like running without music, how to meditate, how to take good breathing exercises when you're running. So I'm gonna try to skim, I feel like, some of the exercises so I can actually apply that tomorrow. After the 20-mile run, I will be tapering, so my mileage will be going down after that. Not entirely, like I'll still have like long runs, but nothing will be as long as the 20 miles. So it's kind of bittersweet. It's kind of weird. Like I'm very excited for tomorrow. I haven't planned out my route. I have my gels and stuff. I don't have my outfit planned, but I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of excited, but I'm gonna start the book and I will chat with you guys later. Hi everyone, we are going on our 20-mile run. It's like 6 a.m. on a Saturday. We are up, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Really routed out. I have my gels, I have my liquids, I have my headphones, I have my weed, I have my gum. I've done this long run so many times that I look forward to it because it's just like a consistent thing. Consistency is really nice in these trying times. So we're gonna head out the door and I will talk to you when we get back. 3 or something hours later. Yeah, marathon is 3 weeks away.
Remember the badge, Snoopy?
I'm watching the Snoopy show while I cook dinner. Hold on. Hey YouTube, what a beautiful day. We ran 20 miles. Who would have thought that I had that in me? So I've just been laying in bed the rest of the day. I'm cooking dinner now, which is where you are situated. I'm watching the Snoopy show as I make some ground beef and mushrooms and a little side salad, and then I'm gonna make some brownies later. I feel okay, you know. This run was really hard for me mentally because I was in a lot of physical pain. I've been talking about my nagging foot for like the past week here on YouTube, and I think it's just a overuse type thing. Not overuse like I'm running too many miles, just like my body has never run this much before and probably been this active, and it's just working its shit out. So neither my run coach Mary or my physical therapist Mike think it's like a concern in terms of race day, because we're going to be tapering from here. Next weekend I'll have 16 miles as my long run, so we did 20. We did the hardest part, and like I've done long runs, variations of them, so many times now that it's not frightening. The distance was obviously frightening, and like a lot of the times during the run I would check my watch and I'm like, holy fuck, I have to be on my feet for 2 more hours. But mental strength, baby. Do it because you gotta do it. What else was the option? To quit? Like, couldn't do that. So I'm gonna make my dinner. I've been eating like, as I've been marathon training, I think I've talked a little bit about food. I've just been eating a lot more because I'm burning a lot and because I also want to build muscle. Depending on how much you know about calorie math and fucking basal metabolic rate and muscle building and stuff like that, I'm just eating as like intuitively as possible, but I'm also a little bit tracking because I want to make sure I'm eating enough since I am burning a lot when I'm running. So I'm sort of interested in like how much I'm eating and shit like that, just from like a preventative angle. I'm gonna watch Snoopy, I'm gonna eat dinner, I'm gonna get high in some form tonight because the body needs it, and then tomorrow we will have a lift and 3 miles of running. So we'll see how this shakeout feels tomorrow, but I'm so fucking proud of myself. I can't believe that I never thought I was gonna run a marathon, and I just ran 20 miles today, and I'm just like, yeah, I did that. I'm so happy and self-assured and just so confident right now. I'm so proud of myself. And it's good to be proud of yourself. I feel like for a lot of my life, I've not had like the feeling that I can celebrate myself and be my own cheerleader, and now I'm like so my own cheerleader that I'm gonna have a fucking awesome race day. Everyone, we are on the Upper West Side. I decided I need to get out of my 5 square block radius, so let's show you my outfit. It's a new dress by Sandy, Sandy Liang, of course. So far, I lifted and I ran, which was kind of hard after my 20-mile effort yesterday. Then I podcasted with Emma. Then I headed uptown to go to a vintage store. Now I'm going to this kind of like flea market called the Grand Bazaar or something like that. Upper West Side. I don't know, I've heard it's kind of chaotic and I don't really know how much of a mood I am to actually find something, but it'll be fun. Not to be flippant or anything, but losing your dad really heals your eating disorder. It's like 4 o'clock. Why the fuck did I just buy like a pastry and a coffee, and I'm gonna go home and eat like a shit ton of food? Doesn't matter. Live, laugh, love. But this place is called the Muffins Cafe, and low-key really cute. It might be a spot that I do post-marathon. I'm gonna go listen to some jazz and just sit here. I've somehow run into like 7 people that have been like, oh my god, I love your TikTok, the Upper West Side. I didn't know my demo was so strong here. Love you girlies, but I'm gonna enjoy now. Good morning to the Snoopy lovers. Rise and grind. It's a Tuesday. I don't think I clicked this camera at all on Monday. Yesterday was bad, I will say it. This morning was also bad. By the window that the sun is shining, so we're gonna make it a good day, even though I'm feeling really awful thinking about my dad. I started a new podcast on Ritual, and it was this woman talking about losing her dad, and then her husband got the same type of cancer that her dad died from. So I'm gonna listen to it because most of the shit about cancer has not been interesting for me. No updates really. 3 weeks till the marathon. Yesterday I had physical therapy. My body is definitely feeling the pains of running a lot. It just feels like general fatigue, which is good that it's not like injury stuff. Got analyzed by Mike, who was like really filling a void for me of being just like a supportive role. I don't think I've ever talked about this before, but like when I played college volleyball and like high school volleyball, I've never felt like I've had a coach that's really supported me. That was like rooting for me, really wanted me to win, really wanted me to excel, and like really knew me as well. They didn't know like what feedback I responded well to, like how I can be motivated and stuff. And I think part of that in reflection was on me, right? Like I was not opening up to coaches. I was not opening up to teammates. I was like depressed eating disorder, Kate. And so it makes sense I didn't let people in, and then people didn't see me for me. Now I think I'm allowing myself to be who I want to be and being that full person. And so it's a lot easier for people to come in and provide help. So we're going to Prospect Park right now. I'm in my new Planet Noosa stuff. I'm so excited about Planet Noosa. Literally everything they make is amazing, and I can't believe I can make my own stuff. Besides the point, going to Prospect Park, we are filming a running video with the olive oil brand Graza. They're a super cool team. They're based in New York. I've hung out with them before, and we're doing a video for their YouTube. So I'm gonna go run some laps around Prospect, and then I will do my actual running workout tonight. It'll be fine. I've also stopped lifting. My run coach Mary said, you're done lifting till the marathon. Thank God. I never have to go back to Crunch Fitness in the next 2 weeks or so. Fucking thank God. All the incels there. I can't deal with it. Snoopy back there. Let's get this show on the road, kids. All right? Have a good day. Gaslight yourself. No, I'm kidding. Feel the pain, feel all the things, but life moves on. And be present, at least. If you can't be happy, be present. If you can't be happy, be present. That's going to be my focus of the week. So let's get it going and I will talk to you later. Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I want to talk about hard work because that was something I wrote in my morning pages today. Basically the line of what I was saying is that I feel like I have always thought of myself as a hard worker, but there's been times when I have been too afraid to fail, so I didn't put in hard work. And I think putting in hard work and discipline and getting better at stuff requires failure. It requires you to be very vulnerable. And I don't think we think of strength and power and accomplishing stuff with vulnerability, because it's very vulnerable to like set yourself up and then fail for like a goal that might be too lofty. And sitting in failure is not something that makes you a bad person. I feel like there's a lot that I've had to undo in terms of like moral virtues and such. Mistakes should never be feared. Mistakes should never be villainized. You should be very encouraged to make mistakes every single day. Right now, I feel like I've just been laying low. I've just been walking around like a little schmuck. I haven't really been taking risks. I haven't really been putting myself out there that much. Just hard for me to do that right now, which I'm like accepting that I need time to just be with myself more. But this marathon, as an example, is like something that was really, really, really scary, and it is still very scary to me. Like I have it together on social media, but I'm actually pretty scared to like do the marathon. I'm like, wait, what's gonna happen on race day? But it's just a celebration of everything I've done up to then, so I know in the back of my head that I'm like confident I will do well, and I will do exactly what I want. But I don't know. I consider this to be like the beginning of my running journey, this marathon. Like I was running for a few years, but I didn't really take a chance on myself and bet on myself in the way that I am now. I'm myself, and no one can take that away from me. And even if I don't like parts of myself, I like myself in a whole, and that's all I can really control. And I made a TikTok yesterday, like last month my dad died, this month I bought a Snoopy plush Halloween costume, which I did. You've probably already seen it on my social media. Don't know what I'm getting into these days. Not drugs, Snoopy plush costumes. But yeah, I don't know, life is not controllable, and I think once you realize that, like, you feel free. I think control can feel very freeing to feel like you have the answers, but at the same time, like, it is very limiting to think that you have control over anything. So, very grateful that I'm myself, grateful that I've worked to sort of undo this sense of need for control, if that makes sense, and just excited to bet on myself and be more vulnerable and take more chances on myself, because I know what I got going on is pretty special and very secure. I feel very confident at the same time. I'm able to like recognize that everyone has insecurities, but at the end of the day, when I think about myself as a bigger picture, I'm like, no, I like myself. Hi party people. I finished up my run. It was really difficult. Ate some pancakes, relaxed, did some cupping on my legs. Now I'm gonna go sell some clothes to Beacon's Closet just because I've been trying to get rid of shit. I don't know, maybe that's like a grief thing, just cleansing the apartment of excess shit, but it feels good to get rid of stuff you don't wear, you don't love, that makes you feel insecure about your body, like get rid of it. So we're gonna do that, and then I'll come back and we'll probably read the book, do some YouTube editing, other stuff. Let's have a great hump day. The book told me that I need to sit and think about running for 15 minutes, so I took that as my cue to walk home and make dinner, and then resume the book later. Hello everyone, it's a Thursday. Read my book, went to Trader Joe's, got a coffee, easy morning. Just filmed a video that is like a branded video. I haven't done one of those in a long time, as you can imagine. Doesn't feel right to do that with my dad passing and the state of the world with Israel and Palestine. So I really haven't, like, honestly made a single dollar since August from content, just because it's like doesn't feel right. It's weird because other people can resume work, but then for me it's like posting an ad, like promoting something is like my way to make income. Everyone's a socialist till rent is due. I always say that. We all have to make money somehow. The book that I've been reading is all about running and meditation. The reader's a challenge that you should go on a run without anything to listen to, obviously. One of the main exercises is talking about being present, and every time you forget that like it's just one foot in front of the other, you stop on your run. And so it encourages you to like really be present with your posture and the way that your feet are landing, like what everything sounds like. And so tomorrow I'm gonna do that. Every time my mind wanders, you have to physically stop and like reset. You can't slow down, you just have to stop. And so they said like, yeah, you're probably gonna stop every few minutes because it's gonna be very unnatural for you to not be thinking about random stuff and actually be physically present. So I will let you know how that goes. I'm really excited for it. I really need to get into meditation, breath work, mindfulness, that stuff. It's always been on the back burner, and I think this book is finally letting me in. It talks about how runners like talk about how they can't sit down, they can't be chill, and I've always identified that way. Obviously a statement in insecurity that like I can't sit still, like I need stimulation, that I can't relax, I can't just be present. Sit alone, your brain goes to bad thoughts, and I need to work better at like being present and controlling that. Get on with her Thursday, but the sun is out, I can't complain. I mean, I can complain, but I'm not going to. Life is beautiful and crazy, and you can't control anything. So yeah, live it to the fullest, I guess. Bye. Happy Friday, everyone. I am getting ready to go on a 50-minute run in the pouring fucking rain at 7 a.m. I went out last night. That's like the first time I've honestly gone out, I think, since summer. Maybe like Fashion Week I went out for some stuff. I think for me, I've realized at this stage in my life that I need to balance social stuff with physical stuff. Like if I would have stayed in, I probably would have had more anxiety and stress and felt worse about myself. But I think in the past, I really love to be like super obnoxious about how good I was and how like virtuous I was in the name of health and wellness, which I've like decoupled over the past like years, because it's just like stems from orthorexia, it stems from like perfectionism, whatever. But I would always try to like, I'm going to bed so early and I'm like whatever, and I found myself really asking like, am I living my life to the fullest? Obviously I'm not going to go out every single night and like I go out once every while. I was going out kind of like weekly when I was like seeing someone, whatever, but yeah, so I went out and like went to bed at 2 a.m. I don't drink, so it's not really like a hangover thing right now. I just am tired. Talk about my history with going out because I don't really have one. And I think probably people see like my weed stuff on social media and like make certain assumptions, but in high school, I didn't go out, I didn't drink, I didn't have any boys over to my house, I didn't go to a single party, I didn't have my first kiss till I was 20. So I was like nerd, Model United Nations, like concert choir, like trying to get every extracurricular on the resume. I had to take the ACT when I was like a sophomore in high school for volleyball recruiting, and so I was so motivated to get into the schools that I wanted to get into and be able to play volleyball there. I never got into it, and then when I moved to New York, I'm 18 in New York City, what the fuck? I'm not gonna drink and be on a random street like that I don't know that well. And so I think like my freshman year, sometimes people would hang out, but I never really felt comfortable like going out because I was like still figuring out my bounds. And I know some people just like go off and become club rats like the first year they get here, but I was just like scared. I was like little baby scared. I was like, no, I can't. So I don't think I've really like gone out consistently until I've been like 24 now. One, because I didn't have like solid friends that I think like are people that I connect with and like value me and like understand that like I don't want to drink and I'll go out and like take an edible, whatever. And then two, just like figuring out how that fits into my lifestyle more. Like as I mentioned earlier, it is like an emotional need for me to go out and see people because I like live alone. I talk to fucking cameras and phones all day. I need to put myself in those social situations. And I think I've also realized too that like most of my friends are 30. Like I have a lot of friends that are a lot older than me, which is not like a good or bad thing, but I think I love hanging out with people that are at that stage in their life. I don't know. I'm just like excited to be 30, and like all my friends are like, no, 30s are the best. It's like when you have money, it's when you can afford to like live these lifestyles that you want. It's when you're like secure, when you have friend groups, when you've like matured mentally and emotionally. So I'm really excited to, you know, be in my 30s, be in my 20s, whatever. I'm like in the present, right? But yeah, it's just interesting. And so now I think I feel like a sense of safety with like the people that I do hang out with, found my core group of people, versus like being 20 and like 19 in New York, not really gonna happen. So yeah, I feel grateful now that I have like a network that I can like support and trust and like can go out if I want to. But that's not to say we don't have 5 miles to go run. Not gonna be listening to music, and the book's still running. I think I mentioned that. A lot of the book is about meditation and breath work and like being really present in how your body feels and like what's going on. So I'm gonna go raw dog a run. God. I mean, maybe a rainy day will be the best for that. I just hope there's shit to look at. But, you know, I should be able to run on a really barren road and just be with myself. It's just hard, but you gotta do hard stuff. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations to grow. So I'm gonna go run without music. I'll let you know how it goes. and then we'll hang out on this rainy day together. I'm back, here we are. We did 50 minutes, I'm clearly soaked, and that was one of the best runs I've had in a very long time. Just focusing on the breath really allowed me to just be in the moment and not be thinking about my dad or my foot or how am I gonna do a marathon. All I was thinking about is the present moment, and I like didn't check my phone at all. I mean, granted it was pouring rain, and so clearly my phone's gonna have a lot of water damage one of these days, but besides the point, it was a good run. So I don't know if I'm gonna never listen to music again or like what's the vibe. I'll probably always bring like headphones with me on long runs. So tomorrow I have 16, but maybe I become a Zen bro, guys. I'm just having like an identity crisis because I'm like keto bros and whatever that are like wake up and grind and get up at 4 a.m. and like you don't need anything. Honestly, kind of right. You just kind of need yourself. Proud of myself for doing that. We're gonna shower off and then make breakfast, and I don't know, we'll see where the day takes us. Hi everyone, we are going to finish the book in a coffee shop right now. It's a Friday, and then the rest of my day I'll do YouTube editing and I'll be thinking about my long run and like what I'm gonna do for that. Today's the first day in a while that I've felt optimistic. That like, oh my god, life is not gonna be shitty forever. Got some exciting details about the New York City Marathon and Athletic Greens. I'm gonna be working with them and they're gonna be supporting me throughout the marathon. I'm gonna be staying in a hotel with them, like there's a bunch of events. And Planet Noosa, there's really exciting stuff in the works. And I just need like longer term stuff to keep me engaged in life. I feel like I've been very fixated on like the day-to-day just feeling very mundane. And I'm like, what's the fucking point of it all? You know, like what's the bigger purpose here? So getting sort of like affirmations from the universe that like there's gonna be stuff happening that is exciting is keeping me feeling good. So I genuinely feel like happy right now, which is like probably the first time this past week. So we're gonna ride with it and go read in a coffee shop and think more about meditation and running. It's week 15 of making these videos, which is fucking crazy. Way to go run 16 miles. I've procrastinated this enough. I was like editing a TikTok video and just taking forever, but that's fine. I have nothing else to do today. It's kind of rainy. I was up late FaceTiming my brother and my sister, surprisingly, and we actually got our mom in there too, which was funny. Had a really wholesome, fulfilling night in bed, talking to my sister, and then, yeah, talking to my brother and mom too. So we're gonna go run. No route, just vibes. And I will talk to you when I get back. Everyone, we are post long run. We're gonna talk about the book Still Running because I feel like this unlocked a lot for me on my run today. So overall of the run, felt good, didn't really have any issues with my body. Like it was rusty kind of getting started, but my stomach felt like shit. And I don't really know what I did. Like it was the night before, if it was like drinking too much coffee. I feel like I gave myself enough time to digest, but it wasn't the goos or the gels. Like those honestly felt fine. But from the book, I did 16 miles with no headphones. And I wasn't as serious about like the stop still running or whatever I think it's called in the book, the stop running. I mentioned it in the video earlier that like you're supposed to stop every time your mind wandered away from thinking about just your breath. I didn't do that because I had 16 miles. Like that would have taken me 8 hours if I was doing that. I did think a lot clearer on my run without any distractions, without any music. And it's so weird. I'm like, fuck, how did I even listen to music on my runs before? It really changed a lot for me. Also in the book talks about pain and perception of pain, which is something that I really honed into when I was injured. To try to like complement the actual recovery process from PT and other stuff, I was like, what if I work on my mental here? Okay, what if I start to think kinder thoughts about my stress fracture? And honestly, I feel like it did work. It does sound like hippie voodoo shit once again, but we're all into that over here. It might have been one of my favorite books that I've read throughout the series just because it was so applicable to running. The book hit me at a time when I needed to be more like in touch with myself. So that's probably why I gravitated towards it. And also like it has exercises that I think are really easy to apply. Saturday right now, if you're watching this, I'm gonna go to Wegmans to get some hot bar for dinner and then just lay in bed. I have 45 minutes easy tomorrow, and then we'll probably start the next video for this series, and then we're 15 days away from the marathon. Can't believe it. Crazy world. You guys have a good one, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.